Alright guys, I just picked up a Hero 11 Black Mini. It was on deep discount. I was looking for a lens for my Fujifilm, a wider angle lens than what I have currently. You know, I was looking at the $200 to $300 range and just, I wasn't able to convince myself to get any of them. But this was on sale for like $140. I watched a few reviews, seemed like it would be pretty great. I just wanted something that would have a wider angle, and having an extra camera angle is awesome too. I don't always like to use my phone. It's just not very convenient, but this is a really small package that what I want to do is set up and then just be able to hit record and not have to worry about it. So the Mini just kind of really fit that niche. I happened to find it on a deep discount, and I get an extra camera angle out of it for less than half the price of a fairly inexpensive lens for the Fujifilm. So everything just kind of lined up. I'm gonna go ahead and unbox this, and then we're gonna go look at how to set it up and what the best settings are to just kind of fire and forget it, because it doesn't have a screen and it's harder to do the settings on the GoPro itself, but you can use your phone to set it up. So let's go ahead and get started on that. All right, let's go ahead and open this bad boy up. So yeah, like I said, I got this guy on deep discount. It was on sale for, it was 140 bucks. Super good deal for an extra camera angle whenever you needed something wide angle. Anyway, so I think my last GoPro was a Hero 9. Oh, it's got a metal back plate, probably for more cooling since this is such a small package. This is pretty small. That's wild. Very familiar casing. It feels just like the Hero 9 did. This bottom one does stick out. This one is flush though, so it's an interesting design choice. Don't really care, but just something to note. 11 Black Mini, and this does have a built-in battery, not a external, so you need to keep it charged up. But that's totally fine with me. I'm more than happy to not have another set of batteries with different chargers that I need to keep track of, and I'm sure this will last plenty long for what I need it to. So, let's just... Am I stupid? I must be stupid. What the heck is going on? Oh. So yeah, you got a little mount with a sticker on it, I guess for a helmet or something. Got the screwy bit there, and subscribe, quick setup, some stickers. I won't be subscribing, thank you. Oh, okay, so this does not come with a separate nut. Can you push it out? No. Okay. Interesting. All right, I'm gonna have to find a piece of hardware because I printed this out to mount on a tripod with a quick release, and that goes through there. And I guess we need to find a little nut that will go there. It's pretty stiff. I mean, it'll work in a pinch if it's not moving around a bunch. But yeah, that's it. Looks like it just comes with the bare necessities, the simple bare necessities. Let's see, I've got a memory card from when I had my last GoPro. These are fantastic. They are the SanDisk High Performance. I'll put a link in the description for this card. I think I got it on Amazon, but these are great. They record very high bit rate. For micro SD anyway. There we go. Okay, there we go. Thought maybe we would need to charge it. Okay, so this is cycle. This front one. That's select. I agree to, yeah. Install the GoPro quick app. What is that? Cybran Tech 3 unit. Soothsayer. All right, and thanks. Let's go. All right. Okay, so the settings that I'm going to use for the 11 mini, I'll show you right here. I'm going to set it to the first one to video. That's the one that's just going to record automatically. I'm using 4K resolution so I can crop if I need to. Frames per second, 30 frames per second. This is just a secondary kind of backup camera, so I'm not doing anything high speed or anything like that. The lens, I'm using the wide option, so I have the ability to crop down. I'm kind of going between wide and linear. Linear has a pretty good field of view. It seems like it's about 70 degrees or so, but I'm just going to leave it on wide for now. Hyper smooth, I'm leaving on. I don't think it'll be necessary, but you know, if I just want to hit record and go, you know, I'm just going to go ahead and leave that on. Timer, I don't need that. I can just edit it later. 10-bit, I'm leaving off. I don't need anything crazy. Bitrate, I am setting to high because I do want it to be, you know, a bit higher quality than default. So I'm going to put that on high. The memory card I'm using is 256 gigs, so I'm not super concerned about that. That's saying I've got almost 5 hours of record time on that, so that's totally fine. Shutter, I'm keeping it 1/60th of a second. I'll see how that goes. I don't want to turn it on auto just because I don't want to have that on auto. All right, this is in the living room. It's pretty dim. All the lights are off. You can see I got a plant there with a light on. But yeah, let's over here. Kitchen also very dim. This is the shutter speed set to 1/60th of a second on wide. Let's see how it does outside with 1/60th of a second. And this is just a little project I've been doing, trying to get a garden together here. We had hail yesterday, but it looks like this tree did okay. Looks like this one did okay too. It lost a few leaves. Okay, now we're on, what is it? We're on auto shutter now. Here's the tree. Here's this guy. I don't know what kind of plant this is, but I cut it down about a week ago and it is already growing quite a bit. I think he can handle full sun, but summer in Oklahoma it gets pretty rough sometimes, so I might build a little something to give him a bit of shade too, so we'll see. But yeah, this is now on auto shutter. Let's go ahead and head back inside. Yeah. All right, so now we're inside with all the lights off. There's some windows, but they're closed. Here's the kitchen sink, that window. What is it, baby? All right. ISO Minimax, I didn't change that. White balance, 5500K. I did 5500K because I want it to be close to daylight and I can adjust the white balance in post later. But if I'm holding it and moving it around, I don't want it to be constantly shifting from blue to orange. That's just more annoying than the auto exposure. Auto exposure is kind of annoying sometimes, but for a camera like this, I'm gonna just go ahead and leave that auto exposure on. The white balance also doesn't sacrifice your ability to see things if it's not quite right. Auto exposure will if you turn that off. So it might be underexposed or overexposed and there's no way to tell until you get the footage onto your phone or your computer. So I'm gonna leave auto exposure on. and I'm going to set white balance to 5500K. Sharpness, I'm leaving on medium. Color, I'm also leaving on natural. Raw audio, I don't need. I'm going to be capturing audio with different devices. Wind, I'm turning off. Like I said, I'm not using this really as an action camera. I can always go back and turn that on if I need to, or set it to auto. So yeah, if you want even more, a higher quality and more editing power, go ahead and turn 10-bit on, but for my purposes, I'm going to leave that off and just turn bitrate to high. So yeah, that's a good balance for flexibility in your recording and kind of nailing it down to get higher quality footage without having a screen to change the settings on the fly. Of course, you can always connect it to your phone and change the settings there. You can also change it on the GoPro. It's just kind of a pain in the butt to do that with a tiny screen and only 2 buttons. That's how I set mine up. Let me know how you set yours up down in the comments, what works best for you. You know, what are you using it for? I am really curious to see what people are using this little camera for. It's really small, convenient. The back is getting a little warm here, and I'm not even recording, so I might build a little fixture with a fan to just kind of keep it cool during operation, especially since I'm not using this for audio or anything. That might be really handy. Yeah, let me know. Do you have a 11 mini? Do you like it? What do you use it for? What are your go-to settings? Love to hear it. Let me know down in the comments. Be sure to be kind to someone today, and I will catch you next time. Peace.